if I have to dip in and out of this one because I'm still cooking.
Whatever, dude. All right. Welcome back. Thanks for watching Star Wars CCG Stream Worlds. We're about to start Game 4. Tom Kelly playing Darkside Rops versus DDM playing Lightside Diplo, we believe.
Don't quote us on it, but I think that's it. We know the matchup of the players. We just don't know the deck. So we know that
Seems like the
Tom Kelly is playing Rock.
seems like the camera got moved.
Subjective.
Yeah,
Adjusted it a little bit, it looks like.
Okay.
The focus at the moment.
Okay, yeah, they definitely adjusted it a little bit, but now the focus is a little out. It was better before, I felt like.
yeah.
um, all right. So, let me get these titles and everything adjusted. Give me a moment. Game 4. These players are both 3 and 0.
These players are both. Yeah,
Like a Diplo versus Rops.
All right. Starting effects. Hard to see. I must be allowed to speak. He's got the R2D2V, so I'm guessing this is going to be a speed Diplo. Like what Mike
and
was mentioning earlier with the
Yeah.
squadron assignments, potentially.
but it looks like
He's got get to
DDM
your
is playing for a lot.
it's get to your ships, I think is that instead of squadron assignments? Is that what that second
Yeah,
effect is? I like to play get to your ships because it's the same thing as squadron assignments, but it's just a different card. Tom Kelly's got Endor Shield, uh, Secret Plans, Imperial Arrest Order, and
the combat guys.
I'm guessing Established Control, or what would be that third effect?
Yeah, that's most likely established control. That's what I've been seeing him play.
Yeah.
Right.
It looks like DDM has 4 luck on the table now, right next to Fields. I don't know if that's I don't know
Um,
if that's one of his starting effects or what, but it's not exactly the.
Foreluck can be pretty decent against Rops because what Foreluck does if the opponent occupies a non-battleground location, you can at the beginning of your turn you can look at the top 2 cards and take one of them into hand. Um, so you can definitely get some sort of card advantage with it, but it does depend upon the opponent occupying a non-battleground. So like, I mean, Rops might go to like the Executor docking bay for a turn or two, but I don't see a ton of value from Foreluck. Um, but
Yeah,
it,
I
it
I, I think
it
it's
could
just
be.
strictly a DDM card,
Yeah, I mean, it could definitely be a DDM.
but
Is
he's got looks like
actually
he's got
could
three
it
effects under.
could it be for luck non V, which I don't even know what that does because the text I was just quoting was the virtual for luck. Um,
Yes,
I don't
that
know.
one is deploy on table. If counter assault is played, may use one force to add one destiny to your total. If sensor alter is displayed, may use X to exclude X Dark Jedi from being the highest ability character.
Okay, so
So that's interesting. I think maybe it's just like a
it could,
a marker. You
yeah,
know?
because he's like got it attached to his
Yeah, I think he's
objective.
just saying this is my card, like my marker.
Maybe he just has it there for luck.
Yeah,
Get it?
ha 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 ha.
Pulls Mothma.
So, ooh, excuse me.
Well,
So Tom Kelly is probably gonna play the more standard ROPS.
so he gets
Whereas, I mean,
Piet and Ozzel, I'm guessing, with Endor Shield.
earlier we saw the main variant that Steve Harpster and Chris Worth worked on at Endor.
No, Tom's going to
But
be playing regular,
yeah,
Imperial with maybe some code clearance to increase his Imperials.
yeah.
Gets
So,
Fondor and Spaceport Docking Bay and Spaceport Street, I think. And
so now
then
the question is, I mean, who does the matchup favor at this point?
I think
Who's
this is one of those matchups where it's pretty coin flippy. I feel like Tom
yeah,
Kelly is the better player and is playing one of the decks that he's the best with, so I would probably favor Tom in this matchup, but that has more to do with the player and less to do with the game, with the cards on the
yeah,
table. I'd say in a equal player versus player matchup, I kind of like the Diplo matchup for Rops because you can spread out with them, but you have like celebration and stuff. Um,
yeah,
so you're both not doing a ton of damage to each other, but if you can get celebration going, you can kind of keep your card advantage.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
CRG. This is going to be a testing the table with all the sites in this game. So
I think it's the both players are going to get the additional bonuses to their battle destiny. But I mean, if you're the light side, you definitely want to battle more, just because if you win, you have a retrieve.
right. I mean, I think
And then
Light Side's going to want to get celebration going and,
yeah,
get some drains going in the cantina where they know that the Dark Side Rops player won't be able to play their Blizzard vehicles with like Veers and stuff and Igar, which I know Tom Kelly likes those kind of cards. So
yeah,
um, we got DDM playing the outskirts and then another Tatooine site, and then also gets Chandrilla. I think it's the farm and the
yeah.
outskirts.
Looks like he
like
has speak down right next to his starting interrupt. It's one of the top. It's the top effect.
Okay.
I think not only are we going to test the table width here, we're probably going to stretch time limit on this game too.
Yeah,
Action set up for Diplo, ones for Rops. You saw Tom took all of 15 seconds to complete his first turn. He knows exactly what's going on. He knows grinding match, and
Well, yeah, the first
sure he
turn,
knows the matchup itself well, and is definitely very prepared for what's going on. So
the first turn for Rops is
good.
pretty standard, where you get your admirals, you get your docking bay, you use Admiral Piet to get Dasani, you get Dasani out, and then you say go. But after the first turn, the turns start to get a little more interesting for Rops for sure.
A little bit, and I definitely see this game going to time for sure.
Unless there's a beatdown, like that causes some overflow. That'd be one of the only things that could shorten this game. But yeah, if it
yeah. But
goes
I
the
mean,
way it
both
probably
players.
will, it'll probably be a long game. You're right.
Yeah, both players have the tricks decks. Void. I'm down like that, and both characters definitely going to be, especially with DM. He's going to try and early.
Well, and DDM is also known as being kind of a wild card, right? So
Yeah.
he might have something that's going to be that we can't predict, right?
Well, I mean,
As
Yeah, yeah.
who predicted a Jedi outskirts in a Diplo?
I mean, I kind of like Jedi Outskirts and Diplo. It's a Tatooine site. You can use it to pull
Yeah.
your Ben Kenobi or Obi-Wan Kenobis, or young
We're
Skywalker.
Or your young Skywalkers or your Luke. I
Yeah.
mean,
So I mean, I don't
on
or
mind.
your
Alder on this
Jedi.
turn.
I think I like the Cantina Shuffle better, but that's not super like wild card left field decision, but it's definitely
I mean,
a little
maybe he
non-standard.
plays both.
Yeah, he could. But
TDM we're talking about.
yeah, he's gonna have something that's a little off standard meta.
Yeah.
Maybe a counterassault or something like that.
So he gets out the Falcon with the General Calrissian. Now he's going to do
Speed.
the speed
Okay.
shuttle.
He uses that once per game pull for completing the plans to get a Obi-Wan Kenobi V. He definitely saw that.
Okay, interesting. I'm a little curious as to why he pulls the Obi-Wan right off the bat, especially when he has the outskirts. Is he just saying the outskirts for somebody else, or does he want to make sure he has somebody with ability down
Well, now that you have
on,
your
on Ralatier?
now that you have your Obi-Wan, then you can use your outskirts pull on Luke or whoever else if you need to.
Yeah.
But I think what you
And
said there, going to the Raltier sites, is probably going to be part of his game plan, and you'd rather have good characters in hand rather than have to
yeah,
pull them to a Tatooine site.
and it's interesting. He doesn't move the Falcon over to Ralatier. He goes back to Tatooine.
Is he at
I don't
Tatooine
think
or is
he's
he?
at Tatooine right now. Is that Chandrila or where he's not at Tatooine.
Okay. So okay,
He's at Chandrila to get the activation bonus.
okay.
So what's the other system that's on the table? Is that
Fondor.
Fondor that Tom pulled?
Yeah, so it's Fondor, Raltier, Tatooine, and Chandrila, and Alderaan.
Wait a minute.
So yeah, to the left side of the table of our screen is Tatooine and Chandrila, or
Maybe it's
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's
Fondor.
what that is or not.
yeah, actually that one's. I mean, parsec wise, it would have to be something that's 7 or higher, but I'm not sure that makes sense. Okay, so Tom.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fondor is Fondor's a 6.
Yeah. So Fondor should be in
So
the middle.
Fondor's in the middle.
Fondor should be in the middle, but I
First
think they're
shuttle.
just trying to
That's Vader's shuttle.
Emperor.
Shuttle.
Emperor.
Yeah, that's Emperor's shuttle. So Tom's going right at him here. That's interesting.
I did something else on there and then picked it back up.
Yeah, I would have assumed it was an Emperor because he kind of put it on there sideways, but I don't know why you'd take that back because that seems natural to put that on there.
Maybe he's just thinking about taking the shuttle. It's a little interesting that Tom's going straight down with the shuttle.
Or maybe
I mean,
is
he's-
maybe is DDM considering barriering the shuttle? Maybe that's what it was, because
Possibly.
maybe it was like, oh, I need a second to think about that. So he does go down with the Emperor and the shuttle, and looks like Ozzel and Ardan have gone to spaceport sites as well as a third Imperial. Can't tell who that is.
So DDM got out the golden rod, so he would have to pay the 2 play the Emperor.
Okay, I mean, I guess after you play the Emperor shuttle, that is something that you might instantly want to pull. So, touche there.
Sure that third Imperial is Mithron.
Oh, it's yeah, that's right. It's Thrawn.
It's Tom Hayden.
It's Tom Hade. Is that his card?
No, Tom Hayden is the cosplayer.
He is.
Yeah.
Interesting. Put a pilot aboard the shuttle. I couldn't tell which pilot it was.
Ozzel? No, Ozzel.
Nozzle's at the docking bay.
Maybe Tarkin?
Yeah. Somebody.
Up there.
Looks like Kelly is battling.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for joining us. World Stream 2019. Queso Sauce, Dan, and Mike Turner here, bringing you the commentary. So Tom
Yep.
Kelly's got 3 Battle Destinies, so yeah, it must have been a Tarkin,
Yeah,
or at least somebody else who added in space.
can't think of anybody else who had as the baseline. But oh, sun's starting to rise.
No, Jared, you're just too
No.
stoned.
Using a potato.
I mean, maybe this is all that the Europeans have. This is their highest tech.
As earlier in the stream, how to use the game was still in print.
Alright, so now we're going to see the resolution of this battle with Tom Kelly
Yeah.
and the 3 Destinies and all the +3 from Raltier being flipped. He's definitely going to clear a lot of stuff at this system. Yeah, yeah, Andy, 100%.
I mean, he got the +3, but do we know how high the Destiny were? Saw that there was like maybe what 2 red cards.
Yeah, which those are probably 4s or 5s in this deck. He lost the Falcon and some other stuff, whereas Tom didn't have to lose anything. Still remains flipped, and he didn't move away from the system or anything. So we'll see what DDM has in response to that, or if he's just going to abandon Chandrilla.
I think he's almost got to abandon Andrilla at this point, unless he can drop. Unless he drops down like a gold leader and gold 1, because it doesn't look like Tom has force saved.
Tom doesn't have any 4 saved. You're right. So yeah, gold leader and gold 1 would be pretty good. Does Tarkin draw if unable to otherwise?
A second.
Because that would get around that, at least get you draw 1.
Yes, draws 1 battle destiny of unable to otherwise.
Yeah, so he'd get the
If with no, so yeah, he does, and then he says if with Vader or an Imperial leader may add 1.
yeah,
So
so
yeah,
you don't have to use that text. So yeah, you just use the if unable to otherwise and get your 1 draw and then add 3 to it with Rops. But he's going to go with Rey and Obi-Wan to the spaceport site where Lieutenant Commander Ardan is currently residing.
yeah,
Seems
that's
like a good
EPP Ray, which is a little interesting.
EPP Rey is amazing, especially in a deck.
Yeah.
If you can actually get some good destinies and hit with some swings, you can retrieve some force. Um, so, I mean, the efficiency of regular Rey is great with the card draw, but EPP Rey can definitely have her. She can stand alone in this deck for sure.
And he's probably playing at least 1 or 2 Jedi Resilience just to get back.
Could be.
I hear Destiny 6 cards are good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't play Diplo
that's
a
a
lot.
good point. That's a really good point, Worfs. If DDM had Chewie Protector, drop him down, cancel somebody's game, like Lieutenant Ardan's game
Big
text.
geek or game.
Yeah, much.
Their fire would be a gig.
Okay, so just to let everybody know, it looks like the TDs are going to be posting the deck data soon. So go ahead onto the forums and check out, see what kind of decks were being played today.
What was this? Hey,
So he's gonna swing the lightsaber and hit Lieutenant Commander Ardan. Okay. So yeah, DDM showed us a card. I
If
can't.
he's gone, yeah,
So he's gonna place Obi-Wan
gone.
out of play and give himself a Super Ray.
Does explain why he grabbed Obi so quickly, and he was so glad about it too.
So wait.
For it
What did
with
he play?
his played I can't believe he's gone, or maybe he grabbed it or something. Tom Kelly read it though, so I think he played it.
Yeah, if Tom Kelly's reading it. Okay, this, you said, I can't believe he's.
So what that does is, if Obi-Wan was just placed out of play, use one force to deploy this effect on table. If a battle was just initiated at site, may use one force to increase your total power by 5. So like,
Wow.
you use it to increase your total power in battles once Obi-Wan is placed out of play. But doesn't look like he's being placed out of play just yet. But maybe he's got like a noble sacrifice to retrieve some force. So I mean, this is DDM.
Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff that we were, kind of
And that
wondering.
he's gonna place Obi out of play here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's definitely going to use Obi-Wan's game text to get a card back, and that's almost a given. And then he could probably place him in play, because I don't think you really want to squander the Obi-Wan's game text, unless of course it's not the virtual. But it looks like it to me. It looks like it's.
Yeah, it's got to be the virtual. And then I can't tell what that card is. That he put down with Obi-Wan.
Something to place him out of play here. It looks like.
Yeah, saying like, and I know Noble Sacrifice can do it, but that's one that.
Oh.
He definitely just
What?
Noble sacrifice or not?
Noble sac, yeah. Okay, so there goes Obi-Wan out of play. Know what that
Noble
card underneath
retrieval.
Ray is?
I'm not sure that that's Noble Sacrifice, but
Either. Let's go.
oh, it's Heroic Sacrifice is what it is. If you just forfeited a rebel of ability greater than 2 from a battle at a battleground, deploy on that location, place that rebel out of play, and retrieve 2 force for each Heroic Sacrifice on table. Immediate effect cancels if opponent controls this location. Pretty sure that's what it is Heroic Sacrifice.
This is such DDM business because that's why he's playing the city outskirts too, is to pull Obi if he needs to.
Oh man!
All right, so yeah,
it's all centered around placing Obi out of play and using I can't believe he's gone.
and Heroic Sacrifice, yeah, because then you get to retrieve for that.
Well, we knew this was going to be an interesting matchup.
Right, yeah. So I mean, we knew we were gonna see. We knew we were gonna see some DDM stuff. But at least DDM was able to flip Tom back by moving the Tantive over and then controlling that one site. So, yeah, we got ourselves a game here.
Yeah.
I think DDM took a little bit of a hit at the beginning, but he recovered pretty nicely and flipped Tom back. And now we'll see if he can keep the throttle going here. So yeah, Tom goes to the Relatier system with Vader's shuttle and a pilot. Can't tell which pilot it is. May have.
Unless it's that's the non-V version of Vader's shuttle, because it looks like it has a pilot. Okay, here comes Blizzard 2 as well.
I don't see a permanent. I just see the that's the Nava
The
computer
astromech?
icon. Yes, I think that one's the virtual one.
Down.
All right, so now he's able to flip back because
He doesn't control a site, or he doesn't control anything.
exactly, yeah,
Rules question or something here.
yeah, they're definitely getting a rules question on something, but yeah, like since DDM doesn't control any Relatier locations and Tom controls 3, he should flip back. Yep, there it is. Yeah, I don't think DDM has any force saved.
No. Yeah, he's using those white sleeves on black tablecloth. I mean, it makes it easy to see, but
+5 this turn.
yeah, definitely a misplay.
He just might not have had. He had to use his force to move the Tantive, so he just might not have been able to.
Tom just flashed something on. Tom is excited. This is not good for
Maybe
DDM.
was it a lateral damage or something like that? Maybe.
Yeah, Tom's just literally doing like that. DDM is. Saw an Owen Baru combo in his hand, so knowing, I mean, if this is DDM, we might see a harvest.
Yeah, I mean, Harvest is definitely a good card for Diplo. Can retrieve some force with it. Can play that instead of the Celebration if you're not sure if you're going to be able to hold Tatooine the whole game.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on right now. It looks like there's a battle down on the ground.
I think it's the battle at the system. Looks like DDM has a gift in his deck.
That looks like.
Or no, yeah, he's losing Ray, so it was the battle at the site.
Drop into Battle Destinies
There goes his heroic sacrifice.
He's gonna play First Aid, or is he just losing that card? Or is that okay? Okay, so yeah, the ship was cleared of Corrin and Mothma, but the Tantive survived, but then Ray died in that battle. So definitely not a good turn.
No.
Is that a gravity shadow? Is that what Tom Kelly is showing us?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's a gravity shadow, which very. Does this mean that Tom Kelly is adapting to the European meta?
Tom likes to play. I think I've seen that in his deck lists before.
Yeah.
And Tom, I mean, I've heard him talk before about being a staunch believer in the fact that people overplay Rescue in the Clouds for the three cards version, or part of the card rather. So I'm sure he's playing to punish the people that save it for the boss portion.
So
okay, that's a Jin Urso. The Jin Urso to block one of the Rob strains. And then Owen and Baru to the farm for free. Rops doesn't have a ton of ways of getting rid of undercover spies. You might run a trample, but that's pretty much it. Maybe
trample, maybe
Izard.
Maybe
Izard.
Yeah. I would say trample and like an Izard. And like with the mains version running at least a force lightning.
There's a young Skywalker with the outskirts pull. So yeah, DDM does get, 2 sites occupied, gets a undercover spy out. Not a bad turn, honestly, considering he's gonna have to move that Tantive though and do something about that, because he's got no pilots on it.
That's right.
And only 2 ability, so.
Yeah. So it looks like Thomas uploaded the deck data. Queso, you want to guess what the most played light side deck is?
Legend.
Wrong.
TRM.
Room. 16.
Room.
Legend, has 12. Diplo has 8. No idea has
So
8.
I was pretty close on Legend.
You were pretty close. I'll give you that.
A lot of people
S-
doubted me when I said that,
I
and
don't- so we have 6 OAs, 5 WAPs, 3 EVOs, 2 Gungan decks, 2 QMC, 2 Y4 Ops, 2 Hoth CPV clone decks, a Hitco, and 1 Watch Your Step.
okay,
You want to guess what the highest Dark Side deck was?
court or map.
Okay, you got. I'll give you half. It was Map. Map
Okay.
has 18.
Yeah,
Map was the highest deck of the day.
That
Rops
doesn't
at 4.
surprise me.
Rops. No, it doesn't surprise me either. Rops at 14. AOBS at 10. Court at 6. That's a little surprising.
definitely. How many profits?
No profit.
No profits, huh?
I think people are going to be saving those.
For tomorrow.
Yeah, like we might see a Tom Haid profit. We might see. I could see a Tom Kelly making it, playing profit. I could see Joe Olson. Yeah. I think Joe Olson was 1, so no if yeah. But yeah,
So,
there's
yes.
10 AOBS, 6 courts, 3 invasion, 3 hunt down, 3 hunt down.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right,
Uh,
so we just had movement on the table where I feel like Tom would have played his Gravity Shadow, so I don't think that was Gravity Shadow who was
Yeah,
showing us.
that's fair. Because I mean, he showed us something. I
It
thought
can't
it,
have just moved away from the
but doesn't.
Capitals.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it might have
Know how
also
that
been a
card works.
surface defense that he showed me. That card looks a lot like Gravity Shadow, but I don't know why he would show me that. It's not exactly a blowout card.
it's Tom Kelly.
That's fair. That's fair.
There was 3 any or stunning moves, 2 TTO, so TTO's not dead.
Is that a rescue in the clouds that he's playing? Yeah.
2 CCT, 2 Wattos, 2 ISB, 2 set your courses, 2 or 1 EOPS, 1 Hoth CRV, 1 IE.
All right.
Definitely some interesting deck choice. I'm curious to see what the Hiko deck is, or the Hoth CP clones.
Hoth CPV clones. That's a new one.
I think the profit making is showing on day 3 strictly depends on who makes day 3.
Agreed. Which, I mean, with the idea that court is going to be prevalent, you play profit.
Yeah, but I mean, court wasn't as prevalent as we thought. Only 6 of them
Yeah.
today out of 69 players. That's, you know,
Struggles with mains.
yeah.
Yeah. And if you think throne room's going to be there, you either A, have to know your court can go against throne, or just say screw it and go with something else. But I don't know. We've seen, like we said earlier, we've seen what 2 light side wins and 1 dark side, and the dark side was Bastion. So Bastion, who is the newest member of the Star Wars CCG Hall of Fame, he was inducted yesterday.
Yep, I saw that. Congrats to Bastion.
Coming from Tom here.
Saw and it could be worse from DDM.
There it is.
Surprised we didn't see a grab on that. Unless Tom's already grabbed something.
No, I don't think he has, but
I mean, yeah,
I think I think it comes down to how many cards DDM has left. I mean, yeah, he could abuse the. It could be worse, but there's more cards you probably want to grab, like a dash, dodge.
Yeah. Type of player that tends to have very specific game plans and it tends to look for very specific cards to grab in certain matchups. So he might have
Yeah.
something in mind that he's
Yeah, that's
You
fair.
know, oh, down the road I can just use my min to
Yeah,
care of
maybe
first
leadership is the
thing.
one he's looking for.
That's a possibility, or maybe perimeter scan for that. The
The Lizard 4 or the
for
Garrus.
All right, Tom's got a lot of red cards, a couple of vehicles, maybe one character.
Yeah.
oh, jeez. As I was telling Dan, I was watching the stream earlier today, and I think at one point he said Greg Shaw had gotten to a point in the game where play another card, and I mean that might be a situation we see Tom in here where he's board state pretty well set with making CDM do some of the work here. You ready for a fight?
Yeah, it's looking that way more and more.
Move the side up. Yeah, that's something Tom doesn't mind.
No.
Necessarily advance the board
Oh,
state
interesting.
much for DD.
So DDM plays Kanan Jarrett, who has his game text basically says add one to the pilot, but the main part is if he's with an Imperial or two rebel, cancels all immunity there. So I mean that gets around the Imperial, the Emperor's shuttle, that gets around the Executor, the Finalizer. So many big cards that the dark side plays that have it.
Sorry, I'm working on getting Eric set up for if one of you guys wants to tap out. Like Mike, I don't know if you have to go soon or whatever, but I'm kind of working with him on that, so that's why I'm not really talking right now.
I'm doing fine. I mean, I can tap in or out whenever.
Or if Dan, if you want to take some time off.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Hey
I
Mike, why don't you take off for a little bit, and then I'll be back in a little bit. I gotta go. Yeah. So I will talk to everybody in a little bit. I'm gonna take about a little bit of a break, but we'll be back. I'll be back again. Please go register for the set 11 raffle. This time it's gonna be Chris Gogolin who's giving away the pack. As Casey, as Jerry said earlier, it's gonna be 2 packs, not 1.
uh,
So far, we only have 5 people. So the more people that register,
well, it's been early yet, so
yeah,
people start waking
it's
up and we'll get some more entries.
well, I
So
mean, it's 10 a.m. on the East Coast. It's perfect time to watch some Star Wars.
heck yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you're tapping out now.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap out for a little bit. We'll bring
All right.
Eric in, and yeah, from there. So I'll see everybody in a little bit.
Hello,
Hey
Eric.
guys,
Welcome.
how's it going?
Welcome to the stream. You are live. Uh, so we just got Dan to take a little break, and we're substituting in Eric. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining.
Can you hear us? Is everything working okay for you?
Yeah, I can hear you. I should probably turn off the Twitch stream though, right?
Yeah, at least mute it, so because you can hear us.
Muted at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that way, yeah, you still have to kind of use it to see, but just mute it so that way you don't have double echo situation.
hmm
So we're kind of near the end of this ROPS Diplo game that Tom Kelly is kind of cleaning up, but we'll see what DDM can do to keep it close here.
Just played his last pilot down to the ground and cleared out Kane and Jarrus there. So full command of Raltier.
DDM doesn't have celebration up.
We haven't seen celebration from him. He hasn't.
That's so weird.
Tom has Vader's shuttle parked at Tatooine right now.
Yeah.
And DDM only has Tantive on table, so it has been out.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wouldn't play Diplo unless I was playing Olsen's version that he played at Continentals with the celebration and like all the Alderanians.
Mhm. Yeah, this.
Because that can actually beat ROPS. I don't think Diplo can otherwise beat ROPS.
Yeah, this version of Diplo has had like heroic sacrifice with I can't believe he's gone for some extra shenanigans. I mean, it's DDM, so we knew there was going to be some, non-standard choices in this one.
Fair enough.
I like his tapes delivery poll was Obi-Wan V. Obi-Wan out of play with heroic sacrifice. Can't believe he's gone on the table.
Wow.
His starting strategy there.
It was pretty neat, but I don't think it's really
Yeah.
it's really netted him much in this matchup.
Yeah, that is exciting though. I don't think I've ever seen that card on table.
Yeah, it's definitely. I had to look that one up. The heroic sacrifice.
There were a couple we had to look up there, yeah.
Well, that's just DDM doing his job then.
So what else has been going on? I was out running errands for the past like hour and a half.
Okay, yeah, so we had the first game was Shaw and Bastion. That Bastion won. That was our first game pretty early, and then we had Brian Mishke winning with the Throne Room, and then
Yeah, I saw that one.
yeah, Casey beat Cohen with the Throne Room in a Throne Room map matchup in our last game. If that's the one that you missed.
hmm
So yeah, there's been a decent number of upsets.
Game, Eric, there was an early used Grimtosh that put
Oh,
the
yeah.
finalizer tile get to space, and then there was a lost Grimtosh that happened like
For 3
a turn
troopers.
later that unique troopers, and yeah, it was just kind of
Yeah, Grimtash definitely won that game for Casey for sure. So
Good card.
he played it used and then had the escape pod, then just pulled it right back. It's brutal.
Yeah, I like playing Grimtosh or Monarch, especially at these events. I feel like a lot of players just don't really respect either card. And
Yeah,
you can like as a map player where you're playing like 6 copies of one card. And if you're blasters, you're playing like triplets of a lot of other cards.
definitely. All right, so he's
on Raltier.
is that a Leia on the ground and then
Yep.
Antilles to the Tantive, and he's gonna battle with Leia. He's gonna trample. Nice. See if we can get Leia trampled. Trampled gets grabbed. It looks like, and she's gone. Squished. So that sucks for DDM getting his Leia squished.
looks like. So,
Not sure what's going on here. Looks like Tom is playing a close
battling
call
at the
system.
Blizzard 2 is there.
Well, yeah, I thought he just trampled the Leia and that was it for that battle. But maybe he's battling in space too.
Jen, she goes lost.
Oh no, okay, it was the trample was on Jyn Erso. Okay, and then he battled Leia off.
There
Okay.
was a battle there.
Oh,
He
okay.
broke Jin's cover.
Ah, okay. Got it. I didn't catch
I
that.
think he must have had a high destiny tracked and was counting on adding a couple with the objective. Kill Veers.
All right, now he moves in front of the shuttle, moving the Tantive over. He's either going to move in front of the shuttle or he's going to go to Chandrilla. Looks like he's deciding to go to Chandrilla instead.
That is neat though. If you're adding 5 power, and then if you have like
5
3
to your
rebels
destiny.
out,
Yeah.
Right.
like one Leia gets really big.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Rops, I'm just gonna forfeit one guy though.
Yeah, code clearance, forfeit 11. Definitely see where he's going with that idea in the can't believe he's gone strategy. Just wonder if it's worth the investment.
On a might pull here.
Yeah, it does look like DDM has quite a few cards left. I can't tell what's on.
Yeah, black sleeves on a
I
black
think
tablecloth.
both of them do. I mean, Tom is definitely committed more to the board, but I think DDM has lost quite a few more cards. Close on
And-
my force.
and
And
DDM's
maybe
doing, like-
DDM slightly lower.
DDM's doing what, 0 damage right now?
But he's very, very low, very much lower damage for sure.
Yeah, he's got 2 drains of 0 as far as I can tell. Because of Rops being flipped.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Whereas Rops is doing the 4 on the thing.
yeah, Rops has got the 2 in space, and then I think one of those sites was projectioned, or no, that might have been the other game.
Yeah, no, those ones are.
Those ones are all good. So Rops is doing 6 a turn, and DDM is doing 0. So I mean, this one, unless something
Tarkin's
changes.
Bounty.
All right, so he's got the Dominator, Star Destroyer, or the Binder. Sorry, that's what that one's called. It used to be called the Dominator back in Legacy, but I think DDM just conceded.
Mm-hmm.
We have a handshake. So yeah, I mean, he was definitely kind of uphill that whole game, pretty much ever since Tom had that space battle early on, where he cleared a bunch of his stuff in space, the Falcon, Lando, and R2 all in one turn. It was pretty much all uphill for DDM from there. It allowed Tom to get flipped and all that.
I just don't think DDM expected Tom to be able to piece together that Emperor shuttle package quite so quickly, you know.
Yeah.
Weak in space, and Tom took advantage of the hole.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, and he got pretty lucky with being able to draw those good destinies, and clearing out so much. But definitely, Tom had the right strategy there of attacking first turn or early on to
And I mean,
disrupt.
he was well fortified on Router the whole entire game, and so an
Yeah.
opportunity for DDM to do much.
Yep. All right, so Tom Kelly moving on to be 4-0. DDM slips to
4
3-1.
0.
But 3-1 is still pretty good through your first four. If you do that again, you have a pretty good chance of making top